Hi everyone, Brian from Bear Bull Traders here, Wednesday, November 30th, 13th, excuse me. In the evening, just going to go over the midweek action here, take a look at what we've got coming up for the rest of the week. And you can see here we had some pretty funky price action today in the markets overall. We had gapping down, markets gapping down, and of course, every gap down in this market is a market to be bought. So we came back up here on all the markets, and around this period of time, we had some news came out about the China trade talks and something about not getting agreement on agriculture purchases or something like that. So we had some pretty significant periods of sell-off, and just like every other sell-off, it get bought back up. So Dow finished close to a high. Nasdaq didn't quite get back into the green there, and SPY closed up very modest amounts on the increases for the day. We just seem to be running out of momentum here on the markets. So let's just take a quick look. Take a quick look at things. Let's take a look at the indexes. I'm going to start out with looking at the transports, which I haven't done usually, but I thought it was kind of interesting today because if you look here, look at the transports. We sold off today on the transports. And if you're a Dow theorist, Dow can't go higher without the transports leading the way. And you can kind of see here, we came pretty close to breaking this trend line. And I know it's just a line, but we did have a pretty significant rollover today, and be watching that tomorrow just to see if we get a bounce here, because this is a pretty significant level of support along this area. And we did bounce a little bit off the low of the day. Let's just see how we went out the day here. Last 15, we'll take a look at the 15-minute chart. And yeah, it looks kind of ugly. A pretty significant sell-off, and then into the close had a pretty high volume sell-off into the close. So yeah, transport, something to keep an eye on. They say the markets can't go higher without the transports. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but it's certainly something to keep an eye on. So Treasury's kind of rolling over a little bit here, so interest rates are maybe coming back down again, heading back down. Could be a way to play it on with the TBT, I believe it is. And you can see that's the weekly. We're going to skip over the weeklies for now. It looks like, again, Dow finished on the high, although we've been, kind of churning along here. It did go out on the high. RSI's poking up over the 70 level, and we did that on volume. So probably expect the Dow to go higher. Probably a lot of the Dow was probably dragged up by Disney, which was up a whopping, I think, 7% today on some news that they had some really good subscription numbers on their new streaming service. So that drove the stock higher. And you can see here, one thing that really, again, that caught my eye similar to the transports is the IWM, the small caps. They did not fare well at all today. They did finish well off their lows of the day, but still it's a trend that looks like it's, maybe we got a double top here. We could be flagging, but I guess I'm not, at this point I'm a little bit concerned about where the small caps are going. Skip over the weekly again, the Qs. We had a fairly narrow range day. Volume was relatively light. RSI is getting up close to the 70 level. And the SPY, again, SPY just an inch, nudged up higher. Kind of average volume. Again, same story with the RSI. Markets just seem a little bit tired, and we're getting through to the end of the earnings seasons here, and I'm just wondering, I think that the market's still baked in a deal between China and the U.S. We're calling it Phase One, which is probably a light deal in terms of dealing with the real issues. The intellectual property theft, cyber crimes, that kind of stuff. None of that will probably be in this first deal, but sometimes you like to get agreement on small things before you tackle the larger issues. So maybe that's kind of that's where the strategy is. But anyway, I think that's maybe one thing that can drive the market higher after this earnings season. But we're kind of getting to the end of the bulk of the earnings season here. Dollar didn't do much today. VIX did come up and then snapped right back. Probably popped on these trade talks, but again, markets just bought things back again. Let's take a look at the actives just quickly here. I've got Nugget on. This is I was targeting this first target at 27, so we got actually up to 27.65, but my first target was 27, took some off there. Hoping to get back up to sort of this 28 level. We'll see. This hollow fill candle here may actually be a reverse, so I might get stopped out of the rest. But I was hoping for a little bit better of a bounce, something like this, where we get a couple of candles of up before we get a reversal here. Not sure if it's going to hold this 200-day, but that's why I got into it, because it was, it sold off below the 200 and then started to come back, so it looked like it was going to hold the 200, so that's why I got into it. And this is one I got for a while. MO obviously coming up against some resistance here, and you can see how. So we say in the day trading room, these levels are magic, and this is exactly where we got rejected from, this prior high. And we may just end up doing some consolidation work here before possibly pushing higher. Volume picking up a little bit, but still pretty light. This whole market rally has been on relatively light volume. So, and let's take a look. Let's take a quick look at the ETFs while I'm here. Material sector, we sold off a little bit today. Again, we still got this uptrend, but I'd be watching that for a break. XLE is not behaving well. It's filled this gap here, and lighter volume seems to be rolling over on RSI. Needs to hold this level, or we're going to be heading lower on this. Again, if people think the economy is slowing, oil demand is going to be lower, and therefore price should drop with lower demand. And XLF, again, not a great day. Technology sector still doing pretty well here. We're still in an uptrend. We're looking like we're going to continue higher. Again, every pullback is a reason to buy, especially with the technology sector. And consumer staples had a pretty good day today, but we're still back up at a level where we've tested once, twice, 3 times, and now probably 4 times. So we may just pull back from here again. XLU, this is an interesting chart here today. We had quite a sell-off in XLU. XLU had a nice run, double top, triple top, and then higher low, and then we really rolled over. Clearly it was struggling at this level here. And now we're getting a bit of a bounce. Now, whether this is a dead cat bounce and we continue lower, or this is maybe a rotation back into this, what we would call a safety trade, which is people seeking maybe more dividend type plays. Could be a move back into that, which will move this back up. Probably could get to 63, would be a level where 63.30-ish area, which could be a level where it may have some resistance pretty close to this moving average line as well. So I'd be watching for that for a trade, possibly trade higher. So, and that's about it. We've had some pretty good days in the room. in the day trading room. So if you're going to join us there in the morning, it'll be good to see you. And yeah, and this is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade. If you're interested, pick it up. We'll see everyone in the day trading room Thursday morning if you're going to be there. Bye for now.